Okay, so in this video, we'll be going over why new traders lose money. A lot of people, when they see these type of charts, when they see the charts right here, you see this type of things on Wall Street bets. When you see this person right here, started with about $4,000, is currently up $10,000 just in the last month. $10,000 in 1 month. And this guy just started with $4,000, so about 2.5 times his original investment in just 1 month. Let's go ahead and look at another one. Let's look at this one. This guy has about 30,000. He's about 40 bucks off. He has $30,000 and 20,000 of it is purely in gains. And once again, how long did it take him to do this? Just a measly month, 30 days. $20,000 in 30 days. Now let's look at some others. This is one that I really want to point out here, and this is the dream that a lot of people get bought into. This is the reason why a lot of people do this. They see these numbers. They see that $2 million, okay, and how much money did he make today? 1 day, as in a couple hours of the market being open, he made $474,000 in Tesla stock trading options in 1 day. So when you see these type of numbers, when you see these gain pictures right here, it's easy to say, wow, this is the type of thing I want to get into. I want to begin trading. I want to make all different types of investments to where I make lots of money, and hopefully I do it really fast. I want to be like these people, where I just deposit 4,000, I turn it into 14, 15,000 in 30 days. I want to be like this guy. I want to get $20,000 worth of gains in the stock market in 30 days, only putting in about 10 grand, and eventually when I get money one day, hopefully I'll be like this guy, where I can be trading millions and I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars a day. Now that we've seen these pictures, let's go ahead and get to the other side of the spectrum and the things that you usually don't see very often. Now, I want to show you some pictures of it not going so well, and I want to see what can happen very easily. While it might be easy to get these huge gains, it's much more likely that you'll probably have stock charts that they look like this. This guy has $15,000. He has 420 left. He has $15,000 in the red in 1 year. You can see he had a little moment where he went up. He had a big spike up. Maybe he made a good trade. And then ever since then, it's pretty much just been a straight line down. Let's look at this next guy. $5 less in his account. And while he has an all-time chart here, I don't know how long that took him, but it doesn't look like it took a very long time. This guy was never in the green. It was just a straight line down the moment he made his first trade. Never made 1 penny worth of gains. And he lost $26,000. Let's look at this next guy. 38 grand, has $86 left in his account. Once again, all-time chart here, has $7 worth of buying power left. Straight line down pretty much from the moment he started. He had one little peak there where he got just a little bit of money back, but down 99.78% on his all-time stock chart. Let's look at this one. This is something that I really think represents what options trading is all about, and this pipe dream being sold to people of you can make money fast, and if you just buy my investing course, if you just pay $500 to get advice from me, then this will show you everything you need to know. This is a perfect example of what I wanted to show about. This guy had about $100,000. He had almost $100,000 in his account. It slowly went up, had a huge spike down, huge spike up, kind of stayed flat for a couple weeks, spiked down, spiked back up, spiked up huge. So the question is, if he's starting with 90 plus thousand dollars right here, how much was this number up here at the top? 150,000, 200 maybe? And then in the matter of just a couple hours or a couple days, it went almost all the way to zero, trickled back up, and then now he's down to $12,000 left with his 90 plus $1,000 investment, almost 100 grand invested. So the question is, what is happening here? Why is this gyrating up and down and up and down? And how did this guy end up losing $80,000 in the matter of a couple days? Well, I wanted to show you just one more final picture. I think this will clearly wrap it up, my point that I'm trying to make here. This is a short little video. It's about 40 seconds long. He has $3 in his account. And the title of this is Dear Diary, I Lost It All Again. Let's go ahead and just watch this video. He's scrolling through his account. He was up $14,000. He started trickling down a little bit, had a big drop off there. Now he's down $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. He went back up a little bit, almost got back all of his losses that he just previously had. And then as he scrolls through, he's going to get to the peak right about here. He got up to $89,000, almost back to where he started. And then it gets ugly. You can see where it goes down from here. And this is a 1 year chart. He now has $3 left in his account. He lost $106,000. 106,000 has $3 left in his account. $3.40. So when seeing all these losses, the question is, what are these people doing? And a lot of people will sell you on this pipe dream of how you can make money quick or how you can do all these different type of investing courses to make money quick. And the one thing that they're doing that I'm doing that's different is that they are trading and I'm investing. So I wanted to go over this little clip here with Warren Buffett. It's about 20 seconds long, and Warren Buffett explains how you could have turned $114 into 400,000. $114 into 400,000. Think about what I just said for a second. A lot of people watching this right now could come up with $114. So it seems pretty unrealistic to turn it into $400,000, right? Well, let's go ahead and listen to arguably the richest man on planet Earth, the guy who's made a living off of stocks, has created tons of different companies, bought out dozens of different companies, and is the CEO of one of the largest companies in the entire world. So I think this guy's advice is pretty valid. So let's go ahead and see what Warren Buffett has to say right here.
Let me give you a figure that'll blow your mind, I think. I bought my first stock when I was 11 years old. It was the first quarter of 1942, shortly after Pearl Harbor. I spent $114.75. Three shares, $114.75. If I put that 114 into the S&P 500 at that time and reinvested the dividends, think of a figure as to what it would be worth today.
Oh man.
Well, it's
okay.
But I just want your audience to think for a second.
Okay.
The answer is about $400,000. So if I, as a little kid, had taken that 114 bucks I'd saved on shoveling snow or whatever I'd done, $400,000 today, one person's lifetime.
Do you see what I'm talking about now? He gave the example of being a little kid shoveling snow to make $114 of money and how he's going to turn that into $400,000 if he just left that invested. Now, the good news is this guy kept that invested. He kept investing more. He's invested since he was a little kid, and now he's old. He's 91 years old, and he's made billions. Billions, not 400,000, not millions, with a B, billions. So what did this guy do that's different? And let's go ahead and look at one more article here. I wanted to talk about trading versus investing. Now, I just wanted to search this, and I wanted to show you the top two things that show up here. When I go to Google and I search, what percent of traders lose money? Trading in the stock market, why most traders fail. Anyone who wants to start down the road to becoming a trader eventually comes across the statistic that 90% of traders fail to make money when trading the stock market. This statistic deems that over 80% lose, 10% break about even, and then 10% make money consistently. Well, let's look at the next article. These are just the top two. I didn't cherry pick these. These are just the top two results that come up. Do most traders lose money? Question mark. Most traders have heard of the statistics. 95% of traders lose money, or only a few percent of traders make a living at it. While the numbers may vary slightly from study to study, the fact is that many traders will lose money and it can't be avoided. Most traders will lose regardless of what methods they employ. Let's just go ahead and click one of these articles here. I just clicked this one. It seemed pretty interesting, and the title is basically what I wanted to go over. Stock trading versus investing. What's the difference? Stock trading is about buying and selling stocks for the short-term profit, while a focus on share prices. Investing is about buying for the long-term gains. Trading and investing both involve seeking profit in the stock market, but they pursue the goal in different ways. Now let's look at how they kind of sugarcoat this to make it look like trading is a viable strategy. And let's go ahead and see this. Timing is the starkest difference between traders and investors, but their focus also differs dramatically. Investors study a company's potential for long-term growth or value, but traders often take advantage of small mispricings in the market. And you see they have that word right there, that sentence, in big bold letters, such as when political uncertainty in a foreign country temporarily pushes down the share price of a U.S. manufacturer. And then we have trading wisely versus investing wisely. Now, in my opinion, before I read any of these bullet points here, and you can read them all right here, trading wisely, these two big bold words right here, in my opinion, these two words should never go together because they are completely polar opposites of one another. Trading wisely, trading cannot be performed wisely. You will have those results that we just showed with those $100,000 losses, those $400,000 gains. If you want to trade, there's nothing wise about it. If you want to trade, it is better to just go to the casino. It'll be a lot more fun, and you won't have any of the restrictions that you will in the stock market. So there's no form of trading wisely. Create a plan that dictates when you'll buy and sell. For example, you might decide to sell a stock if it rises or falls a certain percentage. very vague information. Stick to your plan. Even experienced traders have let their reasoning or holding certain stocks shift. That's the hardest part of being trader. Stick to your rules, says Matt, a former professional trader and now co-owner of Tobias Financial Advisors in Florida. Figure out how much money you can afford to lose. You just keep going on and on. But investing wisely is creating an investment plan, being prepared for the long haul. Because guess what? These two bullet points wrap up the main bulk of what you need to know with investing. This is why I track my annual and monthly dividend income. I track my portfolio value. I even disclose my YouTube income. But in these charts, do you notice a trend here? It's nothing but up. Nothing but straight up, and I'm getting guaranteed profits. Now, we want to go to my biggest winners here. Now, I do dividend investing. Yep, that's right. Boring old dividend investing. People go to my channel all the time and they say, Jordan, why are you a dividend investor? Aren't you like 21 years old? Why are you investing in dividends? Well, I still have great profits. Let's go to my biggest loser. My worst performer in my portfolio is still up in the green. I have 29 different stocks. I'll scroll through them all right here. This is sorted from best to worst. I have 29 different holdings, and you don't see one holding in the red. Now, even if they were in the red, that wouldn't mean I was a bad investor or anything like that. But the point is, you can still make these huge gains off of dividend investing. That's right, boring, old, slow dividend investing. This Whirlpool company right here, Whirlpool Corporation, I'm up 124% on it. And guess what? I'm not selling out of the company. It didn't go up a certain percent, and then I said, oh, it's time for me to sell out of it. I got my gains. Qualcomm, up 70%. Discover Financial Services, 68. NextEra Energy, 62. Home Depot, 57. You get the point. But the point is here, when we have boring dividend investing, what's the reason you would want to invest in this number versus investing in those $400,000 gains, those $200,000 losses? Well, one thing that I always like to mention to my viewers here is this market gain, this big number right here, this $549.22, that is opinion. Share prices are opinions. This Whirlpool company right here, where I'm up 124%, it could shoot up to 150%, 200, 250% up. It could also go all the way back down to zero, and I could be break even where I bought it at. Stock prices are opinions. These move every second of the day when the market's open. Now, but these earned dividends are facts. The moment a company declares these dividends, it becomes fact. We go to my activity here and we sort by dividends only, and you can see how the dividend income stream is constant. My portfolio creates cash flow. I have cash generating assets in the form of these stocks that I'm purchasing, and they come back to me in the form of dividends. All these are is a payment paid directly to me for being a shareholder, being an owner in this company. You can see how they just constantly come in, and there's pages and pages worth of this, and I can just keep going, and they continually go up more and more. And I want to give a prime example of that. Let's look at one of my biggest holdings. Let's look at my second largest holding, Realty Income. I started this portfolio 4 months ago. You can see it's tracked right here. I started my portfolio in April of this year, April 2020. And my dividend income has went from $66 up to $75, $82, $94, $108, and this month will be a pretty big jump up. I'm sure it'll probably be around $120, $130. And then my portfolio value has done the same thing. The share price is going up from $1,500 all the way up to over $3,000 now. And then my YouTube income is going up as well. And there's my real monthly dividend income, my real numbers right there. And then if we go to Realty Income, this is a prime example. My first month that I had the portfolio, they paid me 60 cents. The next month, they paid me 70 cents. The following month, they paid me 71. The next month, they paid me 83. And then this next payment should be somewhere around $1. Now, I know a lot of you watching are immediately thinking, Jordan, how are we supposed to make a living off of 66 a month, 70 cents a month? Well, there's two pieces of information I want to point out to you. The first one is this is going up monthly, weekly actually, if you break it down to a smaller chart. This is actually going up every week. So while it might be paying me 83 cents this month, might be paying me $1 the next month, next year it might be paying me $5 a month. The year after that, it might be paying me 20, 50, 100. 10 years from now, it might be paying me 100 or several $100s a month to own it. Now, even then you might be saying, okay, well, this one stock paying you $200 a month a decade from now might not be enough to pay your bills. What are you going to do with just $200 a month? Well, this is Realty Income. I have 29 companies that are doing the exact same thing. So all those gains, those monthly and weekly gains and dividends that I'm showing you with Realty Income is not just happening with Realty Income. These cash generating assets are raising their dividends, I'm making deposits, I'm reinvesting those dividends, and I have 29 companies doing the exact same thing. When we scroll through these lists, every single stock on here pays dividends. There's not one stock on this list that does not pay dividends, and most of them pay a pretty good amount in dividends. If you see here too, I also refer people through M1 Finance. I have 23 people signed up now, so shout out to you if you haven't signed up already, link in the description. But when I get these deposits through my referrals, let's go ahead and get rid of O here, and let's sort by activity type, and let's go ahead and hit cash movements. Every time I refer someone to M1 Finance, this $10, not only are you supporting me, but you're growing the portfolio. Instead of me just taking that $10 and spending it, I'm investing it. So that's how I'm investing this portfolio quicker. I'm getting cash flow in the form of referrals. I'm getting cash flow in the form of dividends. And I'm not making huge YOLO bets on a bunch of option plays that never will make anybody rich. This is not the way to create wealth through options trading. Investing for the long term, no matter what that means, is how to create wealth. This is why when you check SPY here, S&P 500, when you check this chart right here, that's why in the long run, this chart does nothing but go up. You may have heard the saying before, stocks only go up. Well, to some extent, that's the truth in this scenario. Because when you're talking about the S&P, when you're talking about the largest companies in the world, extremely profitable companies, they're going to do nothing but go up in the long term, and so will their dividends and share price. So overall, guys, that pretty much wraps it up. I just wanted to answer just one quick comment here. So this comment goes hand in hand with what I was going over in this video, and I wanted to read a comment left by Chris. Now, I don't want anyone going after him. When I get great comments, when I get bad comments, I'm just want to give another side of an opinion here. I wanted to give the other side of the spectrum. While you may not agree with me with trading technicals, with trading short-term movements in stocks, I wanted to show both sides of the argument because I think it's valid to hear some criticism. So I wanted to go over what Chris had to say. Chris Mallory writes, technical analysis isn't completely bogus. Anyone worth their salt will tell you that technicals tell you what should happen, all things being equal, when you mix in millions of people, long and short, and options, all things never being equal, thrown in a 24-hour news cycle, and after hours and pre-hours trading and speculation, there's a lot of variables. I still look at technicals and fundamentals to try to enter my positions with as many factors as I can. Big fan, love the channel. Okay, Chris. Well, Chris, okay, I want to start off. Appreciate the support. I love that you're a big fan and you love the channel, and I hope I can give some context here. Now, a couple things that I wanted to go over. First off, this word right here that's highlighted, this little part of your sentence, there are a lot of variables. So I think that we can agree that there is many different factors that go into short-term movements of stock prices. All right, let's just go ahead and take my top holding here. Let's take Broadcom, for example. Broadcom is up today. Now, if you asked me tomorrow, if you said, is Broadcom going to be up or down tomorrow? My answer would be, I have no clue. And guessing that is basically a 50-50 outcome. There is a number of different reasons why stocks move up and down in the short term, and like you said, there is a lot of different variables. It could be a number of different reasons. Maybe some pieces of news came out, maybe a hedge fund switching more from bonds to stocks, maybe people are just buying the S&P and it's taking Broadcom up with it. Maybe Broadcom comes out with earnings reports. Maybe someone downgrades their stock price, or maybe they downgrade their buy rating or something like that. There's a number of different reasons why stock prices move in the short term, and it is completely unpredictable. There's no type of technical chart that can give you an accurate display of what's about to happen. Because at the end of the day here, you're not dealing with technicals, you're dealing with human emotion. And people sometimes will see the stock chart go up and someone will be saying, oh my gosh, I got to sell out, it's at all-time highs. And then others are going to be saying, oh my gosh, it's at all-time highs, it's time to buy it like crazy. And like you said when you mix in millions of people, long and short, and options and all things never being equal, millions of people are trading these stocks daily. So trying to predict it with 10 people, with 20 people, I think it would be a viable strategy. But when you're investing with millions trying to do the exact same thing you are, trying to predict what's going to happen, it's literally impossible. And then one thing I wanted to point out here to wrap it up, when you talk about it isn't completely bogus and anyone worth their salt will tell you that technicals tell you what should happen, all things being equal. Okay, well, earlier I showed a clip with Warren Buffett. He never brought up technicals, and that's a perfect example of a guy who's investing for almost a century now. He's one of the most wealthy people on planet Earth. Now, who do you want to listen to? Some guy that you probably saw in an ad before my video started that tried to sell you some investing course for $1,000 to show you how he became a millionaire, which is completely bogus. I don't think that that's the person you want to listen to. I think you want to listen to people that have made huge amounts of success in their field like Warren Buffett. So investing for the short term is not a viable strategy. And I have never, and I've been in the stock market for years with years of experience trying all different types of strategy, including short-term strategy. Never ever will you find one person that has been a long-term success through trading. You might find someone that has a couple months, maybe even at the most a couple years. Maybe they only show part of their portfolio, maybe they only show some of the gains. And this is why I show every single trade. I show all my positions, I show all my activity. I even show my YouTube income, something that like nobody else does on YouTube. I disclose everything. I mentioned to someone recently, the only difference between you guys seeing my portfolio and me is the fact that I can log into my account and you guys can't. My portfolio is shared. The link is in the description with all my videos. You can see all of my portfolio trades. You can see everything. You can see all of my investments. And you will never find one person that discloses everything and has been longer for 10 years plus worth of success with trading options or trading short-term movements in stocks. You will not find it, Chris. And hey, if you're different or if you know someone else that's different, please, I would love to share it because I would love to share it on the channel. If you can find someone or anybody watching that has 10 years worth of experience that is consistently made profits, beat the market 110%, I think that that's a viable strategy. And I'll completely take back everything I said. And just one more thing that I wanted to mention. I don't think that this is a viable strategy, even if that was the case, because who wants to have the stress of having 60, 70, 80% swings in your portfolio in a day? Because imagine the anxiety and amount of sleep that you would be losing if that's a strategy you would be pursuing. So, Chris, I appreciate the criticism. I'm glad you're a big fan of the channel. I hope to see more comments from you in the future, but I just really disagree with technical analysis. I think it should, for the most part, pretty much be thrown out the window. I'm sorry for those of you that disagree with me, but I think technical analysis is pretty much bogus, and I don't think it should really be used in any form of trading or investing. So overall, guys, that pretty much wraps it up with my portfolio. If you're new to me, I am Jordan. I'm the Millennial Investor. I hope you enjoyed this video. I track all these different charts in my portfolio. I have currently about $3,500 invested, and we had one more person sign up today. We are now up to 23 different referrals in the portfolio. This link is in the description. There's lots of other things in that description as well if you're interested, so go ahead and check that out. If you're interested, you can get $10 just for signing up. And like I said, my portfolio is shared in the description as well, like this link right here. So if you want to see any of my positions, if you want to invest in the portfolio yourself, if you want to follow along with me, you can invest in all 29 of these companies with the exact weights that I have, or you can just follow along. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, I really appreciate it. Go ahead and leave a comment down below what you thought about Chris's comment, what you think about trading versus investing, what you think about these huge gains and losses on Wall Street bets, or pretty much just anything you have for me in general. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.